Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? So happy Saturday. Big week, huge energies, massive shifts. I did want to touch base here and just, come on in and do a tarot reading, see what the energies hold, because we are shifting in huge ways. Some of you might have had communication issues, but you may have had some big reveals or revelations with regards to a situation that was creating a lot of conflict in your mind. And so now you have the clarity. Now you're ready to move forward, and maybe you're not sure what's coming up next for you. But perhaps, good morning, Charlotte. How you doing? But perhaps this reading will be able to give us some insight into what might lie ahead in terms of closing out this old cycle, because this old cycle was a big one. And when the universe asks you to look at the bigger picture, sometimes what it's asking you to do is recognize that it is a soul journey, not just your journey as, say, Mollie. So if you're looking at something that has happened, there's been a lot of movement with soulmates. There's been a lot of movement with relationships, friendships, family, as we distinguish who is right for us in terms of being in our circle, and also learning how to love people from a distance and really make those decisions and take action once we have clarity with compassion. So a lot of inner work, a lot of cyclical change. And, for many of you, this can be quite a lot of emotional responsibility to wade through at a time when we are navigating a lot of outward chaos and mystery. And so it's really important to continue to do your work on yourself and prioritize yourself and focus inward as we move forward here, because we are starting a new cycle. And you might kind of have some calm resignation about moving forward. You might be really pumped and in this wave of energy already, depending on where you are in terms of your spirit's journey and where you were in terms of your service and activation in terms of that service for the world. Because when somebody is on a roll, somebody is taking rest, so we trade, we oscillate. So it's really good to know that you're okay where you are. There's a new energy flowing in. And even if you've had arguments, disagreements, that information has provided you with some clarity. It's time to move forward with strength, courage, bravery in your own heart. So as much as you can, try to look at your life and your accomplishments and celebrate them just in their authenticity, and continue to stay away from, or move your energy away and refocus on people, situations, and job environments, work environments that really support you, ignite you, and lift you up. Continuing to disengage from any energies that pull you down. And this could be a little thing or it could be a big thing for you. Anyways, you're doing great. Let's see what the cards have to say. It is challenging, but we are working through it, and we're doing so with dignity and respect. So kudos to you for doing that. So the cards I've used today are from the Animal Oracle, my fairy cards, the Dorian Virtue, and then the other fairy cards I have, which are the Fairy Reflections by Pauline Cassidy. And we have one shapeshifter card and one message from the universe. So sort of light, but we'll get some really good insights and messages for the following week and the energies we're going through. Just to touch base on the astrology, we have Jupiter going direct. So we've got some energies going direct that might bring in some unexpected gifts. But we also have Mars going retrograde. And so depending on where you have, Aries or Mars in your chart, that might be affecting you, your communication, and just in general, how you're interacting with the world around you and yourself. So just if you want to dig into that more, check out your favorite astrologers and kind of do a little digging. So what do we have for the recent past? We have the Ram, perseverance, and which is funny because Aries, is the Ram. So here we go. You have many gifts. No problem can withstand the power of your mind. With patience, you can reach your mountaintop. Never give up on good luck, and good luck will follow. So this is really saying, no, you cannot control your outside circumstances. You cannot control other people, how they treat you, if they value you. If they want to work with you in terms of business or not, but you can control where your energy flows. So where are you directing your attention? What are you cultivating with that? What is your intention? Are you checking in with where your energy is already going? Is it productive? Are you seeing rewards? Are you feeling motivated and content with where that energy is going? Or do you need to adapt, pivot, and persevere? So, also talking about solution-based thinking and understanding that you do have what it takes to move through these challenges, even if they are the biggest challenges you've ever faced. And many of you watching are spiritual. You do have an active service in your blueprint. And so you do know that you have this dual responsibility, first and foremost yourself, but you also have this gift to share with the world. And as we continue to cultivate strong boundaries, healthy boundaries, as we continue to honor ourselves, we're also learning how to speak our truth more and more, and we're learning how to connect in our boundaries with that truth. And so very important with the Ram here in terms of the mind and the intellect, where we know what to say when to say it. So there's an importance in that as well. It's also talking about patience. So if you just hit a roadblock or a hurdle and you're feeling overwhelmed, like many of us are right now, just know that there is a slow moving energy in behind what's falling away. You are supported. There is supporting energy in behind the chaos and or the conflict, the breakups and breakthroughs. That energy, there's two energies. There's the sun and there's the moon. There's the what you can see right in front of you, and there's what's happening in behind. And so that energy is very, very powerful right now. So whatever you think you know, you don't know at all. Be humble in that and just remember there's something else. And if you're down in the dumps, that something else is here to support you. So take solace in that there's a supporting, slow burning energy in behind whatever's crumbling away right now, whatever you're letting go of in a huge cycle for your soul, not just what your life is right here and now. Your soul is letting go of a huge cycle that could have spanned centuries, many lifetimes. It's big. So give yourself credit, take it easy, rest, go build that blanket fort. And know something slow and steady has been coming towards you for quite some time, and it's continuing to persevere towards you as well. So as you persevere towards your goals and your aspirations and or romantic partner, friendships, tribe, whatever you're calling in, that is also coming towards you in that same steady, slow pace. Because guess what? Remember, in the past, we might have rushed ahead and wanted to build on unstable ground, or we were willing to go, okay, this is a shaky foundation, but I'm still going to build here. Now we're not. We've learned the lesson there. So now anything that comes forward, it's slow and steady. We are looking into all the facts and moving forward with an energy of equality and reciprocity. So it's a really fantastic energy to see this the Ram here. And it is talking about good luck. Like I've had a few ladybugs land on me. And remember I was saying Jupiter is going direct. So we might have, like after that patience, after that progress in deconstructing and or releasing people, releasing situations. It could be, a body of work that you had intended on releasing, and then you decided, no, that's not in alignment. I'm going to refocus. It could be along those lines too. So just remember, cycles and good luck, bad luck, it does change. We don't know. It's not like a consistent cycle, like fall, like night and day. I call those consistent cycles, because if you compare cycles of life, so yeah, what goes up must come down. That's not a consistent cycle, because you don't know when the time frame is. So just remember that it will balance around. We just are not in control of the timing, and we're not in control of how that happens. So there is beauty in that. And if you are, really like that control, there's going to be beauty in the deconstruction of that control for you. So let's see what we have to clarify that RAM and that perseverance. New career. This one's been coming up quite a bit. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. So something to do with what you have been dealing with, whether it's personal, whether it's business, whatever it appears to be, it has been training you and helping you for your service in whatever career or business focus you have. So your personal lessons are contributing to your wealth and wisdom in terms of your new career and or your focus. So you might have been directing too much energy to one area of your life. And now that and it's just 11:11 there, so that's a reassurance for a few of you. But you may have been directing too much energy to something that, was close to your heart, but just was starting to fall away or starting to challenge you, or you were starting to question whether that was something that you wanted to keep with you in this new cycle, this new path that you're walking ahead in. And now that you've let that go, or you've released something within yourself, a mindset, a block, or that karmic cycle, that big conclusion, now you're ready to move that energy that you had put into whatever that was for you. Now you're ready to move that into the now and plan also for the future. So really exciting career shifts and energetic flow coming from your choices and decisions to let go of what doesn't serve and move forward in a different direction. So I also just want to do an aside here. Let me just have a sip of tea. Just an aside. Whatever you've let go of, it was meaningful to your path, and it has assisted you in aligning yourself and building your self-worth and your value so that you can achieve the dreams and goals that you have always held deep within your heart. And so just know that when we take life as a whole unit, those experiences have helped shape you for the gold nugget that is coming your way, that you are building, that you are constructing. So you can be proud of you and honor your work and your integrity and your love and your feelings, whatever you put into these situations from the past. Honor yourself and know, that it took everything that you did there to help shape you into the leader that you are now and the leader that you are becoming. Okay, so hey, Jocelyn, how you doing? And just 333 on the timestamp too. So 1111-333. Shout outs there for the numerology. But you guys, some exciting shifts in work and in focus and persevering towards our goals, no matter what obstacles we have just faced, no matter what we have closed off, no matter who we have let go of. We are still moving forward towards our dreams, and we are calling in what is meant for us in our new energetic alignment, because many of us have just gone up a cycle and or up a frequency. And so I did talk about this in earlier readings, there was that transition phase where it's like, you're in between the old and the new. So there was bound to be some energy where you were still navigating that. Now that door is closing, flash closed, and we are moving forward into the future. So since this is still in the past, that's why I'm saying that. And we have enlightenment. Wow, okay, this is big. Enlightenment will unearth your higher consciousness. That is what we just went through, you guys. You have just gone through an enlightenment, and your conscious has shifted, evolved, and changed. And this is part of why when we talk about forgiveness and letting go, because you can honor everything that you went through, no matter how ugly it is or beautiful it is. You can honor it all because that all contributed. It was all fuel to get you right here. And you may not have been able to achieve this new enlightenment, this new consciousness, if certain situations hadn't helped you, certain people hadn't agreed to come into your life at a certain time, right? So trying your best to honor all of it, honor your entire experience. And if you want to take it even that leap further, since we're talking about the enlightenment, I touched on this briefly. This is not just about this lifetime. This is about your entire soul journey. So 555 on the timestamp there. All right, let's see what we have going into the present. What are we working with right now that can help us move forward for our highest and best? Whoa, oh, yeah, we are in the driver's seat. Personal choice. This one asks us, close your eyes. What animal do you imagine? What strengths are they known for? What wisdom do they share? And embrace these qualities. So if you want to go ahead and do that now, or perhaps something popped into your mind's eye, perhaps you have dreamed last night, maybe even. You dreamt of an animal totem. Could have been in the last couple days, because that full moon that we had unlocked a lot of energy for our dreamscapes. And so you may have had a lot of messages come in through your dreams, and perhaps a lot of animal totems. So a couple of the ones that I can think of off the top of my head, this is a personal choice for you. So whether you do it now or at the end of the reading, that might bring you some answers in terms of the personal energies that you're going through right now. But some of the animals that I have seen in my dreams recently and that have been coming up repeatedly: bear, both black and grizzly, jaguar, cougar, even gorilla, and a lot of bird energy as well. But those heavy, heavy, heavy animals associated with self-empowerment and protection as well. So a lot of powerful medicine coming through in my dreams, particularly having to do with introspection and also communicating in an empowered way, and really releasing, just being willing to dive completely into the unknown, which is quite new in terms of what that entails. But that is also right here, personal choice. It's not all going to be given to you. You can't have all the answers exactly when you want them. That is part of the mystery. So all in good time, if you are still confused about something, it is time for you to claim clarity for yourself. And while you're in that clarity, know that if there's anything unresolved, it's still going to be brought to light. So, let's move on to see what clarity we have for this personal choice card. Connect with nature. So 2 messages there, of course. We're using the animal totem deck. And so if you want to connect in with nature and receive the messages from spirit through animal totems, you're going to have to get out there into nature. So it says you're rejuvenated and inspired by spending time outdoors. I was supposed to go on a nice big hike today, and I had gone on a hike on Wednesday. My calves are actually really sore still. And this weekend was a tough one. I had conflict with a friend, and then also a friend's dog fell ill. And so, I just decided, no, I am not feeling it. And you guys might do this too, but sometimes you can astrally project yourself into a situation or a trip or a journey. You can send yourself kind of out ahead and get a feel for whether or not your energy is in alignment with that. More than often when I do that, it's always yes, no. I know immediately. So I knew that my energy, as soon as I'm driving towards this hiking location, it's like, whoa. And I take that as, okay, if I were to do this, I would be pushing myself. So this is not the time to be doing that in terms of your physical wellness, your health, your mental health, your emotional health. So really be careful with where you're pushing yourself, where you're not. You'll know what's okay for you. But connect with nature. I am going to go for a little hike instead of going for that big one. And then I will come back to that hike another time when I'm goddamn good and ready. And that's from Top Gun, by the way. All right, so let's go clarity with connect with nature. And I'm getting an extra message here. They're like, no, don't just like skirt past this. Okay, so you really, really have to get out in nature. Whoever's watching right now, especially whoever tunes in for this replay, you must get out into nature. It is very, very important. And I've actually never had my guides stress this as much as they are right now. I feel like I have absolute tunnel vision and I feel like I'm glued to the ground right now. There's something coming up ahead, most likely globally, but I do have a couple inklings. I don't think this is for everybody. This is only for a select few. There is a little surprise coming up that you're going to have to navigate. You're going to be able to get through it. You have all the tools and resources, but it's going to be something that unlocks something for you and other people. It's not going to be something that's just you. It has to do with another person, and it has to do with justice. So just know that whatever that is, you're just playing a part. You're just playing a little role in that. It's not all about you, and we're moving forward. But Spirit is saying for everybody, inclusive of that select few that will watch this video, it's really time to ground as much as you've ever grounded before. Allocate some more time to grounding. Go for an extra walk. If you usually go for a walk down the block and there's not a lot of nature, maybe pick another location where there's more trees or where there's water. It is time. Maybe if you do meditation inside, take that meditation outside. So if you can adapt, just tweak a little bit, that would be amazing. We just have 2222 on the timestamp there. So I think they're satisfied with what I have given you there. It's now your responsibility to ground as much as you can in nature. So barefoot as well, and continue. Okay, they're also saying it definitely has to do with continuing this metamorphosis. So yes, you have closed the door. Yes, you are refocusing. You have clarity. You're moving forward. However, your energy is still, it's not in its highest power right now because you're still integrating. And so grounding is going to really help integrate. And then you're going to feel that energy and motivation to move forward, which you might be lacking right now. So there we go. Confidence. That is our clarifying card for this. Confidence is having the belief in yourself to keep you going and the self-assurance to get you there. Do not give up. You know, our first card was perseverance. Second card, we have personal choice. You know, this is about you going for what you desire in your heart and what is right for your soul path. This isn't about anybody else anymore. This is about you achieving your goals and dreams, you know, against odds of all sorts, and persevering through huge challenges and also persevering through a global crisis, right? So have confidence in yourself and self-assurance that you do have what it takes to continue. You do have what it takes to collaborate or work on your own, whatever it is. You know, your confidence in yourself is going to get you there. So continue to rejuvenate and inspire yourself by connecting with nature and going inwards, because too much noise right now, too much coming in at you. This could be social media. This could be different people's opinions. Could be your own thoughts if you're still a little stuck in that 5 of Swords energy or 9 of Swords energy where you're just, that has to stop. It's creating sickness in your body. So as we continue to halt that and re-energize our confidence levels, you know, that is going to fall away, and this will help you do that. So meditation, and or reading in nature, or just being in silence in nature will help you stop that internal battle that's going on. So what do we have for the future here? What happens if we ground? What happens, as we continue to connect in with our confidence and move forward? Yeah, baby. Infinite possibilities. This is great. Unicorn, you are the sovereign of the seen and unseen worlds. You have mastered whatever you are going through, okay? You have leveled the fuck up and you're ready for this next phase. You're ready. So you're just, getting prepared. It's like if you just climbed Mount Everest and it's like you're waiting for your new orders. You're super tired. You're feeling accomplished. You might have lost, a few mates along the way. And now, you're like, what journey am I going to take next? You have to rest, but you also have to prepare. So the magic of love also surrounds you. Beauty transforms you. Listen to the spirits of light, abandon the darkness, go beyond the ordinary and become the legendary. The legendary, and this is talking to the leaders out there. We have some legendary leaders watching this, and we have some legendary readers who are watchers, right? They're going to be watching the replay, and it's really exciting because we have no idea. We have no idea our potential. But the unicorn energy is saying it's infinite. And for all that was lost and all the darkness that we have gone through, and we really needed that darkness for whatever reason, part of our soul's journey, we needed that darkness to be able to fight for the light. And so, allow beauty and love back into your life. Listen to your guides. Listen. And abandon the darkness that you've been going through. Abandon it. It's time to put it down. You cannot carry those burdens any longer. Okay, they will hinder you in moving forward at this time. It is now time for you to move forward. There are infinite possibilities ahead of you. And, if you are worried about a soul contract or energy there, you have been released. That is over, and there is a lot of love and beauty at the basis of all of it. Okay, if you can't see it in the material realm, you're gonna have to reach deep into yourself and get into that 5D energy and just accept that this is a journey. It isn't about all those individual experiences necessary to all comes together as one. And I did see 2727 on the timestamp when I was saying that. So, 272799 endings, completions. So we are definitely letting go of something there. So very, very exciting. Okay. So anything else here? The only other thing I really pick up from this card right now, and we've got the butterflies there again, so transforming ourselves. We have transformed. We're totally new. We're different. So the things we were interested in before may not interest us anymore. We have to recalibrate what our dreams are, what our goals are. And so this is saying, it is possible to go from whatever ordinary or stagnant conditions you've been in to legendary status. So that is awesome. Business venture, you guys. Trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. So this has come up twice in this reading. And these are probably the only two cards in this deck that involve business, and they both come out. So new career and business venture. These infinite possibilities are connected to your service, which is connected to your entrepreneur skills or whatever line of work you are doing. So continue to bring out the best in yourself, coming from ordinary to legendary. So whatever you're doing in your life, all your personal work, all of your work with your business, coming together to be the most authentic version of yourself. Give the most of yourself, but all in a way that's balanced and fair, where you are prioritizing yourself. Thanks, Charlotte. To rest and follow through. You can go from ordinary to legendary, all right? Ordinary to extraordinary. And it all has resulted from your hard work, your effort, your willingness to grow, your willingness to change, okay? The willingness to allow your ego to suffer some deaths, okay? To be dismantled and deconstructed so that you could see where you were holding yourself back, okay? Or allowing others to take the front seat and you're sitting there in the back like, okay, cool, but you're ready now to sit in the driver's seat, and you're never going to let anybody, take precedence over you again. And that includes business connections, that includes romantic relationships, that includes family members, in terms of if you allowed others or saw others as better than you or more important than you. No. That's ordinary. So we're moving into legendary, which means you're a priority in your own life. And you know inherently, as you prioritize yourself like that, that flows to others and it actively engages them in the energy of holding themselves in the utmost highest regard. And it activates their energy to respect that in you. So you're actually cultivating and embodying and leading by example in terms of respecting yourself, prioritizing yourself, valuing your time, energy, and attention. So really awesome energies for anybody who has some new ideas in terms of business ventures. And remember, they were talking about that good luck too. That could come in the form of a business idea. You could be having a chat with someone and stumble on something huge, where before, when you were in your ordinary energy, so the old you would have shied away. You wouldn't have been ready. But now you're in the driver's seat. You have that personal choice in more ways than one, and you're ready. You're ready to step into those shoes, which you wouldn't have been ready to step into before. So let's see what we have to clarify that. Wisdom. Yes, your divine inner wisdom is always available to you. So for those energies of the past, when you have mental conflict, when you can't see, when it's chaos within and chaos without, it's really difficult to cultivate clarity, because a mind of clarity is a mind of action. So if you don't have clarity, you don't know how to move, where to move, what to do. So there becomes this stagnancy. Sometimes that stagnancy is needed because many of us are really uncomfortable there. And a lot of this past couple years cycle is getting real with our discomfort and how we distract ourselves from that discomfort instead of staring fear in the face and or looking directly with eyes wide open at whatever it is that is causing us conflict. So instead of avoiding it now, we are able to look at it. That is a part of leadership. That is a part of humility. And that is a part of allowing the ego to die. So this wisdom is hard earned. Do not undervalue that wisdom. So guard that vigilantly, okay? That is hand in hand with your value and your self-worth, all right? So your divine inner wisdom is always available to you. So as we, think about the sky and, the sun shining, if there's smoke, if there's clouds, it's always there, except when we have all of this stuff clouding us, it does create frustration, resentment. You can go into the energy of that spiral. You can go into your addictions. You can move to food, drugs, sex, anything that is considered an addiction. And you might feel like, I don't have any wisdom, I'm not a leader or this. No, okay, right. We're now moving past that. We now have the clarity. So we don't need to hold on or guard or defend anything from the past anymore. All we need to do is focus on ourselves and allowing that new energy to come in, because that's ultimately what we wanted when we're in that confusion and that discomfort. We want clarity. We want rejuvenation. We want flow. And so universe is saying, okay, now that's coming. Now we're ready. You got infinite possibilities ahead of you. It's up to you to let go. And, also let go of that doorknob. Even if the door is closed, let go of the doorknob. And turn your attention forward and just imagine the possibilities for you, like, and maybe bring in your inner child into that conversation if you're starting to dream and build again after some time of stagnancy or mental confusion. So that wisdom is there for you to tap into. And when we have this connected with this business venture and infinite possibilities, I'm also getting this full circle message for those of you who have struggled more than others. You know, wisdom, business adventure, infinite possibilities. This could not have come without this wisdom. And how did you gain that wisdom? You gained this wisdom through trial and error. You gain this wisdom through making mistakes. You gain this wisdom through taking risks. Okay? And you gain that wisdom by being willing to evolve and grow, like I said. There are some people who are not willing. They are not ready to grow. And you are moving on from those people, and you were wise enough to do so. Okay? So this wisdom has come from everything you have experienced. So if you didn't experience everything that you have experienced up until this point, you wouldn't have this wisdom to take advantage of the infinite possibilities, and you may not even have the understanding or the confidence or the self-worth or self-value to actually engage and motivate and move on this business venture. So just know that all of it was necessary for some reason, big or small, very challenging or just a little bit challenging, whatever it is. All of it was needed in the entirety of your experience for the wisdom that you now hold. And so value that wisdom and move forward confidently with that infinite possibility mentality. Okay, so this is what the universe's message is. And I say that because it's the deck from Mike Dooley, notes from the universe. So here we go. You have what it takes. Oh yeah, baby. You might have fallen down. You might have got your proverbial teeth knocked out. You might have been crawling on the floor. I don't know what your experience is personally because this is a general reading. So, but just know this, you have what it takes. And it says, always follow your heart unless it's been broken. Then you must lead it. Ooh, back into love, the universe. P.S. Did you know that hearts are never too big to mend, too small to rebound, or too tired to love again? This is really sweet because, as I have been reiterating these challenges of the past that we've gone through, you may have been very brokenhearted. Your spirits might have been totally crushed. You might have thought, you know what? I don't think I'm ever going to love again, or I'm never going to start a business again, or I'm never going to take a risk again. That didn't work out. You might have gone like I said before, we have gone into the deep darkness, and like the unicorn energy said, it's time to focus on the light. But the darkness shaped and shifted us. Oh, ding. Shaped and shifted us. We still have our shapeshifter card. So, into whatever we've got going on now. And so, okay, they're showing me the doorknob, how I was saying, these shifts happen so darn quick. You could be struggling for years and then all of a sudden go, oh, okay, I'm not going to focus, or I'm not going to worry about that person, or I'm not going to mourn over this anymore. I'm ready to move forward. And it happens just like that. And you might have never thought you would get over it or move forward from a heartbreak or, loss of a business or bankruptcy or whatever it might be. But what the universe is saying here is that when your heart has been broken, there are trust issues. There is hesitancy. There is reluctance for good reason. And so you might have to lead yourself a little bit in terms of being open to love again, being open to new connections, being open to new business partners. Say you had a business partner and it did not work out and you're like, I'll never have one again. But there's this great business venture that pops up and you have to work with someone. So you might have to lead yourself a little bit in terms of your spirit, your soul. Your spirit may have to lead you in helping you heal any heartbreak that has occurred in this past cycle that you've left behind. Because yes, you did need it. It was very integral. You actually couldn't have avoided it, is what I'm hearing. Like, if there was a big fight, if there was a battle, it was unavoidable and there's a blessing coming out of it. And so I'm just going to read it one more time. Always follow your heart unless it's been broken. Then you must lead it back into love. So you might avoid love if you've had heartbreak. It's time to lead yourself back into love, okay? So this comes with this infinite possibility. If you're looking for love, but you felt in the past that you wouldn't find it again, or that your heart was too broken, or you had trust issues, just know you're going to have to lead yourself into the line of energy that allows you to receive that. So just continue to softly and gently work with yourself in terms of opening up again to whatever that thing is that you've been afraid of due to heartbreak in the past. And this could go back quite a ways. This might not be recent. Hi, Kathy. So just be very gentle with yourselves, you guys. But it's saying that, when our hearts are broken, we might make some decisions that we would look back on and we're question. It's okay. You're here now. Work with where you are now. And we'll continue to lead yourself out of that energy of heartbreak and into the energy of empowerment. So I have one card left, you guys, but this has been a really lovely reading. Thank you for joining in with me. You can book private readings. I do have books open right now. And you can book through the Kindred Heart Facebook page. You can also send me a message on here, get my details. I'll list some details on the video once it's posted as well. And as I said, I'm also offering guidance counseling sessions. They're much like a tarot reading session. However, I'm not going to be using cards. So the tarot readings are totally separate from my guidance counseling sessions. The guidance counseling sessions are if you have an emotional issue that you would like to discuss, or you have something that you've had trouble connecting with, friends or family, understanding. You may not have benefits, or you might be hesitant about going to a registered clinical counselor or a psychologist. Then that would be where my services might come in handy for you in terms of working through emotional energies, where we can come to a breakthrough for you. But you're doing most of the work. You're instigating your self-healing. I'm assisting you in that. And so there's the difference between the tarot reading and the emotional healing. So, but books are open. So once again, you can go over to Kindred Heart Tarot and Book, or Mollie Kindred on Facebook. And also, if you can go ahead, if you're enjoying this reading, or if you enjoy my readings in general, if you can go ahead and like this video, that'd be fantastic. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, join the community. And I do come on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And of course, things might shift and change over the next little while. But for now, that's what I am happy doing. And there's also a PayPal donation link on my Facebook page. So if you do feel called to donate, you can go ahead and do that there. If not, it is not required, but I do appreciate it, and I have lots of gratitude for that. So without further ado, the final card of the day. What energies have we just shapeshifted out of? What are we coming into? What does the universe want us to know in terms of, the shifting of the shapes? Ow! Whoa! Okay, guys, this is really, really intense. And you guys might feel that too. I'll just a little aside here, because that is just like your spiritual connection might be off the charts right now, and it might be a little disconcerting. You might think you're actually insane. I'm just going to go out there and tell you that is totally normal at this time. I have many, many confidants, I should say, and connections who are feeling the same. And those are the empaths, those are the highly sensitives, those are people that I feel like my community would relate to. And if you feel like there's certain things, certain knowledge and wisdom that you've just discovered, and you're like, this is a little too much, maybe. Just know that there'll be some mentorship coming through if you need it. There are guides and angels and ancestors helping you in your dreamscapes as well. So if you need help, ask for it. If you're feeling overwhelmed, ask your guides to help you understand this shift, this change, this evolution. And the reason I say this is because if you guys caught the picture that I put up on my video before this reading, before I pulled any cards, you'll find this funny as well. So the card is Little Red Riding Hood. Literally the thumbnail I chose for this reading. So I am not a victim. Number 3. We had 333 already come up in the video, which I named. So this is huge, right? You guys can look up the numerology of the number 3, and I'm sure many of you guys know that it's a very powerful number. But you are not the victim. And this is, one of the hugest aspects of this past cycle and karmic energy with soulmates, possibly twin flames, this massive achievement. And the reason why it deserves celebration, even if you don't feel that at all because you're exhausted, is because you have moved out of victim consciousness and into this personal choice energy of the driver's seat, where you understand to a greater extent how powerful you are at adapting and shifting and changing energy that's not serving you. So if you are in a situation that does not serve you, you have the power to move from being a victim in that energy or circumstance and moving yourself out of it. So more and more empowerment as we go through. I'm just going to read a little excerpt from that. And because I'm going to read the little excerpt from that, I'm not going to be pulling personal cards at the end. I just feel like being called to read this instead of doing that. Okay, so here we are. You are changing the way you view yourself and speaking up and out. Others see you as an advocate for justice and fair play. You defend others by being who you are, simply by refusing to hide away or be fearful. By waking up every day despite hardships, you are showing so many the way to live. You have made many friends with your strength, and while people have mistaken you for a pushover, it's happened lots to me, you know when the time comes that you are a strong person who cannot be stopped. Like a wolf, you have fur and claws, and brothers and sisters who will help you if you only so much as call on their energy. Your wolf pack. Enough with the ultra independence, the lone wolf, a bullshit. So, but to find them, you must connect with that wolf within. It is time to travel on a new path, crossing a wood that seems empty and cold, but you will not be alone. Just one sec here. You will not be alone or as helpless as others seem to think you will be. You are not prey. You will have strong and unconventional allies, and you will travel at night across lands and will be magical. You have strong allies around you now, but connect most to the spirit of the wolf. The wolf, I don't think there's a wolf in this deck, so that is kind of interesting. Okay, hold on here. Here we go. So the wolf knows how to run with a pack and how to stand alone. Like the wolf, you must be prepared to defend yourself, even if it means facing a fight. Oh, I told you guys, there are those select few, and I know I'm one of them. I know it's coming. There is a battle that's going to come to your door. This is nothing to do with you necessarily, but you may have to defend your character. And usually you wouldn't, because most of us are like, no, it's not worth our time. Or in the past, we've shied away from conflict. But there are times in life where you do have to stand your ground. You do have to defend yourself. And it does say there is a time to stand your ground and face the enemy. The time has come, brave one. So, I don't know what the enemy is for those particular people. And because I did decide to pull or read this instead of do the personals, I do know that it is equally as important to those people watching. But just know that you have the resources and the tools and the wisdom that you just gained. So maybe before, if someone were to antagonize you, you would go off into emotion. And now you're going to sit there and go, oh, okay, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're up to. And you're just going to stand your ground in your integrity. You're not going to drop to their level. You're not going to take the bait. And, by you doing that, it's kind of like an initiation of your leadership. So let's read the rest of the card here, but it is saying there is somebody in your energetic sphere, once again, who may just return to kind of test you and see, are you in this victim mentality still, or are you able to see yourself as the entirety of that predator-prey cycle, that now you have learned the lessons, you are prepared to defend what is important to you. So it says, once I was hunted, I do not hunt in return, but I now watch, and I am strong. So you'll be able to see who is after you for, manipulation games, who's after you for money, who's after you for whatever it is. Like I said, this is a blip. This isn't something huge, but it is something that is going to kind of test your leadership skills here. No one can harm me now that I have this knowledge. And with my mystic familiar, my lone wolf by my side, I continue to walk my path. While I have lost some of my innocence, like many of us have over the past year, I have my life, my strength, my voice, my ability to stay myself no matter what others do or say. So, for me, this could be a smear campaign for someone in my life. It's not really my responsibility to convince other people of who I am. You either take it or leave it in terms of who I authentically am. And so that goes for this message too. You may have to defend yourself, but it's not up to you to convince anybody of anything. So it says, I will never give myself up to their chase. I will stand clear and strong, and I will know that the path I take through life's dark forests will be one I walk with courage and the protection of my unshakable companion. I will flourish and I will never give up. This is also a little bit of an aside for anybody who's a little bit concerned about a certain situation. I think it is also giving you a little bit of solace here, just saying you do actually have a lot of protection around you. So there's nothing to really worry or fear. I mean, I'm saying this in a generalized way. So if you are in a situation where you have something to fear and you know that, then you best be asking the authorities for help. Don't, take this as, oh, it's going to be fine. But just in general, in terms of spiritual evolution, if there's someone, that there's conflict with, or, battle, or you've been going through it and then you've tried to find solutions, but there's been nothing, just know that, you might have to stand your ground, but you being you is what will see you through that situation. It's not about sinking to anybody else's level. It's not about proving your worth to anybody. You stand in your worth and you emanate that. And so it says, once you were mistreated, it is true. Once you retreated, that is also true. No more. Now you are strong and you are not the sum total of a bad experience, especially for those with that heartbreak. Thank the gift the hunter has given you. It is now time to mend fences and borderlines, take self-defense classes, and be sure the entry points to your home are strong and secure. So here, I'll get back to that. On an energetic level, take responsibility. So, for me, with my experience, I look at it and I go, okay, I have to be very careful not to blame myself or shame myself for being in that situation, because I wasn't the person who was avoiding, change and truth and that energy. And so for taking responsibility, however, I do have to acknowledge that I did see red flags, and I did see areas where I could have used my voice and or communicated better, but there were fears involved, right? And so once you lose these fears, which is associated with maybe walking on eggshells, some of you might resonate with that, or fear of conflict from childhood, just not wanting to rock the boat, you'd rather stay in that comfort zone. Well, with this new leadership energy and closing the door to that, you're actually liberating yourself from keeping silent in areas where you would speak up, or you know things about someone or a situation, and you're concerned about other people. That could be a possibility as well. The time will come. All you have to do is know that you're strong now and you're not being hunted. You're not a victim anymore. But you do have to take responsibility for your part that you played in it. And it says here, do not allow people re-entry once they have violated a sacred threshold. So you only know what that sacred threshold is, but you also may be tested here, right? You are the person who must maintain, protect, secure, and readjust your boundaries. No other is responsible. Take a stand because it is now a time to be firm and decisive. No backing down. Someone stands with you. You do not face this alone. So that's a very, very powerful message, obviously including the fact that I put Little Red Riding Hood as my thumbnail today. And it's also a little bit more than that, because usually I will go in and I will actually construct and design my thumbnail before the reading. And it was just 5555 there. So positive new change. But today I did not do that. And I just went into my photo bank and I chose one image, and that was the one I chose. So you guys, there's something big here about this predator in your life. It could be an energy, it could be a person, but it's something that you kind of fell prey to. It could be a thought process, that one that I was talking about in terms of being stuck and stagnant, whereas now, okay, you've got clarity, you know what you have to do, you know what you're protecting, because now you have the self-worth and the value, whereas before you might not have been willing to protect yourself because consciously or subconsciously didn't feel that you were worthy of that protection, or that you didn't have to protect, or the treasure that you are. Okay, so this card is saying no violations allowed. If someone violates your respect or that sacred boundary, they do not regain entry. And now you have the confidence and the energy, the leadership skills to navigate that with without being the hunter. Because remember, it did say, just because you aren't the hunted anymore and you do have hunter energy, you've embraced the prey, the predator energy, because that's the full energy as well. You don't have to hunt them, you observe them, because they are going to out themselves, right? So use your time and energy wisely here, but know that it's totally okay to stand your ground and defend what's worthwhile to you, especially when it comes to your hard-earned wisdom and your character. So just be aware of where that needs to come out and where it doesn't. So that's, up to you to take responsibility for in your own circumstances and situations. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. That was a really awesome reading, a little bit heavier at the end there, but someone needed to hear that in terms of, having that confidence. And take care, you guys. Have a great weekend. And heading into the week, I should be back on Tuesday. And yes, you are welcome, Charlotte. And glad to see you here. And we will catch you next time, you guys. I am off to connect with nature, do some meditating, probably on this here. And we will catch up with you next time. Bye for now. Ciao.